my name's Randall, and I'm a freestyle footballer.
Hi Ash, I'm Sian. I don't know if you watched The Apprentice, but you may recognise me from the 2018 Apprentice. I am partner to Lord Sugar. I own a swimwear/loungewear brand, Sian Marie, which we've been growing for the past 2 years. We're in multiple retail stores, sell online. Yeah, that's kind of an overview of a little bit about me.
Hi Ash, I'm Kim. I'm the Senior Brand Manager at Boost Drinks. We've been on quite a big journey this year with our brand. We've been transforming it from old to new, giving it a new lease of life and sort of a new meaning as well in terms of the whole Choose Now campaign and how we're trying to kind of reach out to wider audiences and be more relevant in terms of appealing to those who are kind of out there to get sort of make the most of every day, sort of seize the moment, and sort of Boost wants to be at the heart of that. So that's kind of a little bit about me and Boost.
Hey, so I'm Lucy, and I'm a barista and a fight performer, and I've been working really closely with Boost for the Choose Now campaign.
Over the last 15 years, I've been a freestyle footballer, which pretty much means I do tricks and skills, and it's just a way of being creative with a football. So I picked it up originally when I was about 16 years old, just as a hobby, and I kind of ran with it for a while, and it kind of accidentally started turning into a job. So for the last 10 years now, that's been my career, just going around kind of different events, football clubs, schools, festivals, corporate events, performing, doing workshops, that kind of stuff. So that's kind of my background. Then in 2010, I decided to attempt a Guinness World Record. So I went for it, trained hard for it. I eventually got that world record. And now to this day, I've broken 22 Guinness World Records. So that's kind of my main kind of thing I've been working really hard for over the last 10 years or so to achieve them. Now, the Ultimate Freestyle Contest, this is something new me and two colleagues, Keelan and Steve, came up with about 2 years ago. So one of our original clients was one of the biggest car shows in the UK. And they'd normally hire us or book us in just to do maybe 20-minute displays every few hours. So it was nice and easy, what we kind of used to, just to entertain the crowds. But we wanted to do something a bit bigger, a bit better. So we sent them a proposal for a contest called Ultimate Freestyle. And that was pretty much, rather than just having 4 of us perform, we wanted to bring in athletes, performers, influencers from around the country, all into this one place to put on a big spectacle for all the people at the car show. And at the same time, bring our communities together and just put on a really cool event. So they went with it. So we've actually put on 4 contests so far. We've had 2 freestyle football contests and a breakdancing one and a popping kind of dance contest. And we've seen over 100 people kind of come along and enter. We've even had people come from abroad, Trinidad, Egypt, all over the place, more than what we expected originally. So the events are going really, really good. Obviously, putting them on hold, we managed to squeeze in our final one in March earlier this year. We were meant to have one this November, but obviously that couldn't go ahead. So we're looking now towards next year to carry the competitions going and make them bigger and better. So that's pretty much where we're at the minute.
Thank you for that, Ash. That was really interesting. I think what you've done so far sounds great, to be honest. Where, as a brand, I guess, or as a business, do you see it progressing? So where would you see yourself in 5 years' time, ideally?
So originally, we didn't really kind of plan this as a business, this kind of Ultimate Freestyle Contest. We kind of wanted to do it just to be able to put on this spectacle. And obviously, it's growing now. It's getting to a point where I think we can turn it into a business. So I think in the next 5 years or so, we want to make it at least the biggest freestyle football contest in the country. And we'd also love to bring along the other elements such as breakdance, street dance. We do kind of separate contests for each sport. So we'd love to be able to put on some of the biggest events for each individual sport. We've also got BMX ramp, BMX flatland, kind of, there's lots of different sports that we want to bring into the Ultimate Freestyle bracket. So we want to kind of set it up as the biggest contest in the UK. And along with that, the main goal originally is, I'm speaking to someone about this right now, about putting together a bit of proposal for either some kind of TV show or online series where we have a host and maybe 6 to 8 episodes. This is kind of the main goal, where it's a TV show. Each episode would be a different sport, and people battle it out for prize money. And, you know, we would love to get it online on TV. And then eventually, off the back of that, maybe even tour the contests, you know, real contests, but they'd also be a display and a show for clients, whoever might want to book them and see them. So I think some of the athletes are literally some of the world's best, who we've had come and compete so far, and we want to bring in even more. So yeah, you know, and off the back of that, there's merchandise and bits and pieces like that as well that can go with it. But yeah, that's where we're at, really.
I think the TV / like a YouTube channel sounds like it could be amazing, definitely for that type of industry. At the moment with the shows, do you charge people to enter the contest, or are you not monetizing it at the moment?
So at the minute, the Ultimate Freestyle Contest is kind of, we run it as part of, there's an event called Ultimate Dubs, which is the biggest car show, and they book us in, they give us a budget to put on this event. So as they would normally book us to put on a bit of a display, they now book the contest and we sort it out, arrange it. So they charge, obviously, people to come in. They have about 15,000 people come in on the day. So, you know, they make a good amount, and then they pay us obviously a budget to put on the show. So where we are looking to kind of make money from that is by bringing in some sponsors, getting some partnerships to maybe do online streams of the contest and kind of brand it up a little bit more that way.
That sounds really good. My last question, I think you've kind of answered it, to be honest, already, but it would just be how you plan to expand and grow. But I think you've kind of covered that. So
yeah, pretty much. We would like to eventually grow out of the car show event and kind of go independent and make it our own. We could do so much more with the car show event. We've got a certain time we've got to fit in a competition where if we had more time in an independent event, we could run much more competitions. So we could just do so much more, so much opportunities. But then we would have to start charging for our own tickets for people who want to come in and watch for that one.
So at the moment then, so it sounds like you rely quite heavily on this car show then in terms of the company kind of working. How long do you reckon how long would you think it'll take you to kind of move outside of that, and, you know, sort of be able to stand on your own 2 feet almost? And I guess you're saying, you know, all these people are sort of coming from abroad and actually you're having loads of interest and stuff. Are you, you know, quite confident that people will pay the prices directly for these sort of contests in the future, and how far away do you think you are from kind of getting there?
Yeah, so we were looking at moving out this year. So when we had the November one cancelled, we were looking at kind of going independent and kind of just funding it ourselves. And there were 3 of us kind of involved. And obviously at the minute we're kind of collecting all the footage and the images, and, you know, being able to put proposals together to sponsors and working with brands. That's kind of where we want to pick up a bit of money to be able to go and put one on independently. So I think we could do that now, but obviously the more footage, the more we can put it out there. And there's so much content that has viral potential from some of these guys, like standing on their hands, juggling the ball upside down with their feet and spinning on their heads. There's so much viral potential footage that we've got already, which I guess always helps.
And then just secondly, how do you kind of see your company sort of sitting alongside the Boost brand ethos? Do you kind of see any similarities there? And if so, what would those be?
Yeah, I guess looking at the Choose Now campaign, I know you guys have been doing that. It's like, in my head, I was like thinking, oh, that'd be really cool if we had a TV show where the guys have just battled, and then the host says to the judges, choose now, and there's a little, you know, tense moment where they've got to choose now who the winner is. And, you know, that's been running through my head quite a bit. But yeah, I mean, you know, the guys are full of energy as it is, everybody who comes and competes. So yeah, I definitely think it could be a good fit.
And is this TV show as part of the work that you're doing in the car with the car guys at the moment, or is that something that's entirely separate?
No, that'll be something completely different. Like in my head, we get a studio set up, like a big arena. How or at the minute we were speaking to the producers about doing a digital one as things are with crowds and stuff. But ideally, let's have a crowd there for the atmosphere and get some influencers in who react on YouTube. Have them in the crowd. They film their reactions because people love watching them. Try and get in some kind of celebrity host would be cool. Dwayne The Rock Johnson, ideally, but maybe a bit out of our reach. But yeah, I mean that'll be a completely independent thing that we're working on at the minute.
Firstly, I didn't have a clue what freestyle footballing was, so thank you for enlightening me through the videos. That's really cool. So my first question is, as we're still sort of living through the after effects of the pandemic, have you found it set you back in any way in terms of brand journey or creativity?
So yeah, I guess we've had our November contest cancelled, so that's kind of set us back a little bit with that contest. But we know all the football freestylers and dancers that they're always messaging, waiting for the next contest. So we know they're eager and waiting. They're always training. So it's definitely set us back a little bit in terms of holding the next contest. So we've kind of just got to wait until everything gets back to normal and the car show goes ahead to be able to run the next one. But if that doesn't go ahead, we're still going to be looking to put on our own independent contest somewhere else anyway.
Nice. And out of your brand's journey so far, can you pick a personal highlight that you think is your favorite?
Just seeing all the communities come together, just seeing everybody come together on the day and enjoying the day, whether they come to compete because they want the experience and just have a good day out, or some people come to compete because they really want to win. So everyone's there for a different reason, but one reason everyone is there for is just to kind of meet up, be together, and kind of meet all the new people from the community. So it's always great seeing everyone come together. And at the end of the day, when we have the awards and give out the trophies, everybody just runs it and big celebrations and stuff. And it's all great fun. It's always good to see.
Nice.
What would you be spending the money on, or what would you invest the money in?
So I guess originally things to kind of pull in more athletes. So we want to try and get in some of the biggest athletes, obviously, to be able to share the contest. It's got a bit more potential when we put in a few more. So we probably spend the money on bringing in kind of guest judges or more kind of influential judges. We have performers as well, so maybe looking at performers, anything to bring in more people. We'd love to do a little bit of that. I guess that's probably what we spend most of it on.
So I've just got the news that Boost have awarded us £1,500 from the grant to put in towards Ultimate Freestyle. And I can't tell you how happy me and the guys are. We're absolutely over the moon with that result right there. That money will go very far in helping us push the contest, giving it that extra little boost that it needs to get where it needs to be. And I can't wait to see what the future holds for Ultimate Freestyle. And once again, thank you, Boost, very, very much.